In this video, I will show you how to get the true endings for all three factions in Dynasty Warriors Origins. To unlock the true endings, you need to achieve all possible the fate-altering events for the three factions. I will start with Liu Bei, as his true ending is arguably the easiest to get. That is because you just need to fulfill one fate-altering criterion. To do so, you just need to defeat Cao Cao at the Battle of Changban before Liu Bei escapes. That said, it is still better to play this on Historian difficulty to make the process easier. And here is how to do it. Begin the Battle of Changban normally. At the start, you would need to defeat all Cao Cao officers on the map and retreat to the Changban bridge. After you cross the Changban bridge, Liu Bei will make his way to the escape point. After you reach this point of the map, 4 groups of enemies would appear. I recommend you to take out these 3 groups of enemies that Liu Bei will encounter during his escape. If you don't do that, then there is a risk of Liu Bei being defeated before you defeat Cao Cao. I will leave this last group of enemies alone, as you do not want Liu Bei to escape before you have a chance to defeat Cao Cao. So far, I find that Liu Bei and his reinforcements have no problem surviving the attacks from this last group of enemies. In essence, this is a balancing act. You have to make sure Liu Bei survives long enough for you to defeat Cao Cao, and defeating Cao Cao can take some time even on Historian difficulty. Once you defeated the first group of enemies, Bailang and Cao Cao large forces would appear. Ignore them for now and proceed to defeat the next 2 groups of enemies, namely Jian and Xuan. After you have defeated Xuan, you can now make your way to Cao Cao. Along the way, you should encounter more enemies pursuing Liu Bei. Among them, there is also Zhang Liao, who is not easy to defeat if you are playing on higher difficulties. Defeat them so that there is a better chance Liu Bei can survive. Once you have defeated them, make your way to Cao Cao. As you see, even though I am playing on Historian difficulty, the fight against Cao Cao can be quite tedious. While you are fighting Cao Cao, Jian would eventually appear to block Liu Bei's path. Do not worry about that, as Guan Yu would also appear to support Liu Bei. After defeating Cao Cao, the text Fate Altered would appear. That is when you know you have unlocked Liu Bei's true ending. Go ahead and complete the mission normally by defeating Bailang. After you completed the mission, complete the remaining battles in Chapter 5, and you should unlock Liu Bei's true ending. Now, let's see how we can unlock the true ending for the Swoon family. To do this, you have to save Swoon Jian in the Battle of Xiangyang and Swoon Che during the Suppression of Wu. Let's save Swoon Jian first. In the Battle of Xiangyang, you have to rush to this point as fast as you can. You can ignore all enemies along the path until you reach this gate. Defeat the officer guarding the gate and open it up. You will also need to defeat all enemy officers in this base to capture it and open the next gate. Then ignore all enemies you encounter along the way and head directly to the destination. It is important to reach there as soon as you can. Defeat the enemy officer here to open the gate. Then wait for the fog to appear, and that is also when Shadow Zhang Zhao will appear. Defeat Zhang Zhao as fast as you can. As you can see, this is not an easy fight, so you might want to equip your best weapon and switch to a Historian difficulty if needed. you have done it in time, you should see this
已经
dialogue.
没有什么能够阻挡什么了。快去吧，实现你的应尽之物。
Now ignore all the enemies along the way and charge right to where Jian is. If you made it in time, Jian would be saved and the fate would be altered. The mission would also be completed automatically and there is no need to continue the battle. Now, let's save Suanche. You need to save Suanche during the suppression of Wu. The idea is to first take over the two bases in the center of the map, then head over to this base on the west and take over it. Next, you will enter the forest, which Suanche will also enter. After entering the forest, you need to defeat Bailang, who is hiding in a cave, as fast as you can. More on this later. Now let's execute the plan. Along the way, it is also good to clear some enemies so that there is a better chance Sun Quan can survive. Once you have taken over the base in the west, head into the forest immediately. Ignore all enemies that you might encounter along the way and rush to the cave which Bailang is hiding in. The cave is not shown on the map, so you can follow this video to find it. Once you are in the cave, you might have to wait for a bit for Bailang to appear. This is not an easy fight, and I recommend you to equip your best weapon and switch to Historian difficulty if needed. If you defeated Bailang fast enough, this dialogue should be triggered, and the game will show you that you have altered fate.
这种浓度的香气会被风吹散。算你厉害，算。哥哥，幻惑之术已经完成，小霸王也是命不久矣。
Now, all you have to do is to complete the mission normally. Note that you might want to rush to save Sun Quan, who might be struggling on his own. If everything is done correctly, Suanche would survive, and you just have to complete all remaining battles to unlock the true ending for the Sun family. Finally, let's move on to the Cao Cao faction. In my opinion, this is the most difficult faction to unlock the true ending. This is because you have to alter fate 3 times. First, you have to save Dian during the Battle of Wan. Then, you have to save Guajia during the Battle of Mount Bailang. Finally, you have to turn the tide during the Battle of Chibi. Let's save Dian first. The key to save Dian is speed, and to follow Guajia's plan closely in the Battle of Wan Castle. The first thing to do is to take this base at the northeast, so that Cao Cao can continue his escape from the castle. There is a hidden timer in this battle, and in order to save Dian, you need to defeat all enemy officers in Wan Castle under 10 minutes. Then, enemy reinforcements would appear at the southeastern side. Head over to take care of them. Next, there would be enemies attacking the base at the south of the map. Run over to defend the base. After you defended the base successfully, Guajia would ask you to take the base at the northwestern side of the map. Listen to his command and rush over. Once you took control of the northwestern base, the ladderman would appear. Wait for the ladder to be deployed so that you can climb into the castle. Here comes the most important part. Once you are in the castle, you want to defeat all enemy officers in the castle as soon as you can. Remember, speed is of the essence. The last enemy officer should be Huche Earl. If you still have time, this dialogue should trigger.
莫非也是想去救那曹操的护卫？没错，若是如此，就先过我们这关吧。
Defeat this last officer as quickly as you can because there is a chance that Cao Cao could reach the escape point before you defeat all enemy officers within the castle. If you completed all tasks under the time limit, fate would be altered and Dian Wei would survive. Now, all you have to do is to complete the battle and make sure Cao Cao reaches the escape point. The next thing you need to complete in order to get Cao Cao's true ending is to ensure Guojia survives after the Battle of Mount Bailang. To ensure Guojia survives after Mount Bailang, you need to defeat Bailang quick enough. Here is the plan. Once you start the battle, rush to take over all these bases to the west of the map. Remember, speed is important. Once you took all western bases, head up this mountain path to fight Bailang. You need to defeat him as soon as you can. He is not tough to beat, but you need to defeat him fast enough. Equip your best weapon and switch to historian difficulty if need to. If you are fast enough, this dialogue would trigger and fate will be altered.
精彩至极，各位表现远远超出我的预期。战局中兵贵神速，很快就能决出胜负。
Now, all you have to do is to complete the battle. You might want to rush to the southeastern base to help Cao Cao, who might be struggling. Defeat Yuan Sheng at the northeastern side of the map and Bailang would reappear. Defeat Bailang and you complete the battle. Guojia should survive if you have done everything according to this video. The final piece of the puzzle to get Cao Cao true ending is to turn the tide at the Battle of Chibi. To do this, start the Battle of Chibi as per normal. Defeat as many enemy officers as you can, and eventually Guojia would notice the enemy's plan. Continue to fight enemy officers while staying near the shore, as you would need to rush over to the center of the map later on. At a certain point, Huanggai would reappear from the north of the map. Once this happens, rush to the center of the map where the yellow flag is. Guojia would then expose Huanggai's plan, and you now have to defeat Huanggai as quickly as you can. It is not a difficult fight, but the time limit is short. Be sure to save your War God Rage for this fight, and end it quickly. If you are struggling, make sure you equip your best weapon and switch to Historian difficulty if need to. If you are successful, Huanggai would fall before he has the chance to light the fire. Fate would be altered. Now, all you have to do is to complete the battle by defeating both Liu Bei and Sun Quan. Congratulations! You have successfully unlocked the true endings of all factions. I hope you find this video useful. If so, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.